Hello, welcome back to Deconstructing with Dawn. This is the part 2 video to my Father Unknown DNA Ancestry.com experience. If you would like to get some more back information on that, I will link that video in the comments. Basically, I'm 45 years old, and on my 25th birthday, my mother told me that the man that I thought was my father was not my father. She gave me candidate number 2 and said, "This is your father." So basically, cut to, I don't know, 15 years later, I guess, she died. She was 48 years old. She died very young, and on her deathbed, she said that she had lied about candidate number 2, that she was just trying to trap him, and that candidate number 1 was my father. So that already put doubt in my mind, because I never thought candidate number 2, nor did I ever treat him like he was my father. But when you have that doubt, then I'm thinking, oh my God, I need to know for sure. So for 20 years, it bothered me not knowing who I was. And so for my 45th birthday, which was 20 years to the day after I was told that number 1 wasn't my father, number 2 was, I asked for my birthday for the DNA test. My husband and children went in and got it for me. So that's been about a month, and on Black Friday, I am totally breaking out in hives because I'm so nervous. Sorry. Anyhow, on Black Friday, I got an email on my cell phone saying that Ancestry.com had my results in, and I thought if you just click on it, you'd have a second to gather your thoughts. I didn't know it was going to open it right up into the results, and what I saw was shocking and upsetting, and I immediately was a mess. My children weren't here, and well, my children are all grown, by the way. They're not here anyway. They're, on their own. Anyhow, but my husband kept telling me that I'm the sum of all parts, that this doesn't matter, that I am who I am, this does not change anything. And my kids don't understand this either, because they are 100% confident in who they are. They know their mother, they know their father, they're all three the same. They don't have any question of that. So that makes me proud to know that they don't have any problem hang-ups like I do. My husband doesn't. He knows his mom and dad. But to me, it's almost like being adopted. You don't know who half of yourself is, and that is incredibly important to know. Every time you look in the mirror, maybe nobody else does this, I don't know. But every time I look in the mirror, I wonder, I know my mom, I have my mom's lips, but what if my nose is from my dad? I don't know. Anyhow, so if you would indulge me for a second and just put in the comments what you think I am. What do I look like to you? Obviously I'm a white fat chick, but beyond that, inside I'm deeper. I know that I am German from my mother's father's side. I know that I am from England on my mother's side. Candidate number 1 is Russian and Polish on his father's side, and Native American and English on his mother's side. Candidate number 2 didn't know his father, but he was Mexican, is what he said, and that his mother was American. So that's all he knew about. And we are all American. So, I know I'm going to get scolded for that again, but we are a melting pot of everything. So regardless of where you come from, if you're an American, you're an American. However, he didn't know what he was either. So he is subsequently gone. I can't test him. And candidate number 1 is a ward of the state, so I can never get his DNA either. So I open up the results, and I'm going to read them off to you, because when I try to turn the camera around, it doesn't work. I am 100% European. That's, a little bit shocking, because I thought there'd be a tiny bit of a Native American in there. However, I am 49% out of the Europe, 100% Europe. I am 49% Europe West, which covers Belgium, France, Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, Luxembourg, Liechtenstein, also found in England, Denmark, Italy, Slovenia, and Czech Republic. In this situation, I know for a fact it is Germany. I am 6% from Great Britain, which I know for a fact is my mother's side. I am 2% Scandinavian, which is more than likely from my mother's father's side. Their name trace back to kind of a German and Scandinavian roots. So I've already done some of my research on this. And then the Iberian Peninsula, 1%. I will say out of the Iberian Peninsula, I was like, well, Spain is there, but come to find out when I've dug deeper into this, have African fourth cousins that are from Africa. So, this fat white chick has some African relatives. So, it is not Spain, it is Africa that comes from the Iberian Peninsula. Anyhow, the most shocking thing that was on the results was 42% Irish. 42% Ireland. So, candidate number 1, not Irish. Candidate number 2, most definitely not Irish. Who the hell is my father? I do not know. So, that was the first thing that popped out when I opened my email, is that Irish. And, I look at myself, how could I not be Irish? My God, I've got red curly hair, my hazel eyes, white pasty skin. I don't know, it's like staring it in your face. Of course I'm Irish. And I don't know, I guess I was probably fooling myself to think that I was Russian. I have a fiery temper, and so I just always thought, that's because I'm Russian. No, I've got a fiery temper because I'm a redheaded Irish person. Anyhow, so obviously there's a candidate number 3 out there, and this is upsetting. So I contact my mom's 2 oldest friends, and one of them tells me, honey, she didn't want you to know, but this guy, candidate number 3, was your father. He was a redheaded guy, really hot-headed, and was a car thief. And my mom had a type, apparently, because she likes convicts. So, anyhow, there was that. And I was pissed off because I am 45 years old and you've kept this secret all these years. My mom's been dead for 12 years. You didn't think in that time frame that it might be important for me to know who my father is. I'm extremely ill. I have 4 autoimmune diseases. I'm losing my vision. I am a mess. And, maybe knowing who my father is, I can find out medical information. You didn't think that was important, bros before hoes, or hoes before bros, or whatever the hell it is. You didn't think that was important enough to tell me. Most importantly, that got me really upset, was 8 months ago, I spent 10 days in Ireland with my best friend. Neither one of us that I knew were Irish. And because I'm losing my sight, my New Year's resolution for the year was to see new things each month. So during the month of March, just kind of like threw a pin and it hit Ireland, and we planned a trip for Ireland. We went there for 10 days. Our husbands, were generous enough to let us go. And we had the time of our lives, an experience that we'll never forget. But every day I was posting pictures and where I'm at and what I'm doing. And this whole time, she never said, oh, you're Irish, that kind of thing. And I remember so vividly 4 different times being so connected there. And my best friend too. I mean, Ireland is a beautiful country, and you just feel so welcome there. And there's just something about it. It's magical. And there's these 4 specific times, and I won't go into the details, but 4 times that I have a very, very bad memory. One of my conditions is causing memory fog, which is why I'm doing these videos, is so I can remember what I'm doing later on in life. But all 4 of these cases still stick out in my mind, which is unheard of, because I can't remember what I had for dinner 2 hours ago. Like legitimately, I don't know. Anyway, so these 4 things stick out. One of them was my best friend and I collect these ducks, and we have this duck war going on. And we saw this duck store in Killarney, Ireland. And we're walking into it, and right next door is this genealogy place. And I'm like, oh my God, how easy would it be to find out your your history here? She knows how much trouble I've had trying to find out who I am and that kind of thing. And because I thought I was Russian, and there's just like no records on this man's, candidate number 1's family. And I was just, flippantly saying how easy it would be to find out your information if you were Irish. And so, I was right next door to a place that I could have found out about my heritage, and nobody thought to tell me this. So I contacted my mom's other friend as a sounding board to explain to her what I was told. And she said, yeah, there was a couple of Mikes hanging around. Candidate number 2's name was Mike. Candidate number 3, his name is Mike. She couldn't remember his last name. However, my mom's other friend does know his last name. So I've been trying to research under Facebook, under Ancestry.com, etc., to find out whatever I can about this man, but I can't find him. And it's not a terribly unusual name either. I don't know. But anyhow, so there will be a video 3, I'm sure, once I find out if this guy is my father, because Ancestry does put your DNA together, and you get these little leaves and stuff of if you're connected to certain people. And like I found 2 third cousins. 1/3 cousin is on my mother's father's side, and 1/3 cousin is on my mother's side. That's how I know without a doubt the Great Britain and the Germany are from the maternal side. Nobody is from the Iberian Peninsula, and nobody is from Ireland. So that is without a doubt my father's side. However, if I don't really know this man's name, or how many other men could there be, I cannot. There's like all these 4th, 5th, and 6th cousins, and then distant cousins from there that they link you up with. And that's how I know I have 2 4th cousins that are from Africa, the Iberian Peninsula, and they're black. And that's how I know we're connected that way. But I don't know all these other people, because I don't know how, if he truly is my father. I've looked under their trees to see if this particular name sticks out, but I don't know his mother's name. I don't know anything. So I still don't know who my father is. This is like a Maury Povich show, I don't know. Anyhow, apparently there was like 5 girls hanging out with 5 guys. And these girls were like 13, 14, 15 years old, and they were hanging out with guys up to 21 years old. And it was the 60s, or late 60s and early 70s, and 11s were going on apparently with all these kids. And I am the collateral damage of free love. I'm sure there's a lot of us, for that matter, out there, but whatever. To me, it is incredibly important to know who I am for multiple amounts of reasons, and I'm not going to give up until I find out. And thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe so you can find out, hopefully, you can find out who my baby daddy is, or if I'm the baby, it wouldn't be my baby daddy, because that's my husband. I don't know. Find out who my father is. Anyhow, like and subscribe, and you'll get notified of hopefully the 3rd video, which I can hopefully find out who my father is, and hopefully he's alive. I mean, my mom's gone, my candidate number 2's gone. Candidate number 1, another problem. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell him this. I don't want to be a liar like my mother was, but he's very ill. He is incarcerated. I'm the only one that visits him. I'm the only one he talks to, the calls, writes. I'm his only contact to the real world, and I'm his only child. And now I have to break it to him that I am not his child. And that is going to suck. And I just don't know. I don't know. It's like losing somebody. And so even though he wasn't my father, I feel like I've lost him. And that sucks too. And so, I don't know, people playing games like that and messing up people's lives for 45 years, it's just deplorable to me and disgusting. And I am so mad at my mom right now. And I've had some conversations with her, and on her deathbed, the very last thing she told me was, "We're cool, right?" And I said, "Yeah, Mom, we're cool. But right now, we're not cool." I'm pissed. And I now know why I have such a fiery temper. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and hopefully you'll get a 3rd video. Thank you.